Hello there everybody, my name is Waddles and welcome to the complete 1.14 guide video. Yes, you heard me right, Minecraft 1.14. The Village and Pillage update has finally released. In this video, we'll be going over each and every new or changed feature in the 1.14 Village and Pillage update. This video is for Java Edition. I'll have a Bedrock 1.11 video out soon, so keep your eyes out for that. There's a whole lot of features here, so there's no way I can cover each and every small detail about everything. But with that being said, I will be providing a bit of information about everything. You can find some timestamps down in the description. If you'd like to stay up to date with what's happening in the Minecraft community, and of course follow the future updates, hit that subscribe button. I will be starting my 1.14 Let's Play very soon, and you definitely won't want to miss that. So, tell me which feature is your favorite down below, and let's jump into this. We'll start with the general overview. Here is a bunch of the features, and then here is even more of the features. This does not include things that were changed, like the villagers and small other things. Now, next up, we need to start with something that is probably insanely obvious, especially if you've been away for a while. Minecraft looks different. All of the game textures have been changed, and this is a permanent change. Personally, I like them. The glass is one of my favorite new textures. I love how clear it is. Now, actual features. We'll start with bamboo. Bamboo is really cool, or at least that's my opinion. You can find bamboo growing in bamboo jungles, catch it when fishing in a jungle, or maybe even find it in some of the random loot chests around your world, like in shipwrecks. Bamboo is pretty much sugarcane that doesn't need water. You can plant it on almost any plantable block. You can grow the stuff with bone meal, and it can be cut down instantly with a sword. You can use bamboo to craft scaffolding or use bamboo as furnace fuel, but it's not really the best source of fuel. You can also place it in pots. Minecraft 1.14 adds in 3 brand new flowers. Say hello to the cornflower, the lily of the valley, and the wither rose. The cornflower can be crafted into blue dye, the lily of the valley into white dye, and the wither rose into black dye, but that would be crazy of you. It's pretty difficult to get. You'll need to have a wither kill a mob to get this rose. The wither rose is also the most unique flower. If you're standing on the same block as a wither rose, you will get the wither effect. That will deal some damage, so probably don't stand there. Minecraft 1.14 introduces 4 brand new dyes. Say hello to the blue dye, the brown dye, the white dye, and the black dye. Alongside these new dyes, we can say goodbye to using lapis, cocoa beans, bone meal, or ink sacs for dye. You'll have to craft each respective item into the dye before actually dyeing things with them now. These 12 wonderful, beautiful, marvelous blocks in front of us are tied to the brand new villages that were introduced in this update. In this next part, we will be going over each and every one of these new blocks. These are all, in my opinion, amazing looking blocks and really cool. Many of these blocks are involved in the somewhat new crafting system that was introduced in this update. And finally, all of these blocks except for one are tied to villager professions. We'll be going over that in the video a little bit, so if you're confused, just hang in there. We'll start off with the loom. The loom is tied to the shepherd villager profession. This is a loom right here. To craft a loom, you'll need to do this recipe. Now, the loom is used for banner creation. As of 1.14, players can no longer create banners in a crafting table. You'll need to craft a loom to customize banners, but it's a good thing because the loom is so much better than the old banner crafting system. So, of course, we have all of these banner pictures right here, pretty easy, straightforward to use. Just select whatever you want, and boom, you have a new banner. You can go ahead and use banner patterns, which are another new item to customize your banners even more. These are the brand new banner patterns. We have patterns for the skull, the creeper face, the Mojang symbol, the oxeye daisy pattern, and a brand new globe pattern. These patterns can be crafted with a piece of paper and the item that is along the bottom of the chest, except for the globe pattern. You'll need to trade with a villager to get the globe banner pattern. These patterns can be used an infinite amount of times, so that means no more wasting a million wither skulls on a banner pattern. And finally, involved with the loom, here's a good look at that globe pattern. It's amazing, and now we know for a fact that the Earth is actually a cube. It is not flat, it's not round, it's a cube. Next up, the barrel. The barrel is tied to the fisherman profession. The barrel is basically a brand new form of like a chest. The barrel can be placed in a few different rotations, as you can see here, and it is crafted just like this. Wood and planks. Any variant will work. Here we have the smoker, which is basically a furnace upgrade. It's tied to the butcher profession. The smoker will cook food items faster. To craft a smoker, combine a furnace with 4 logs. Here is how fast items are cooked in the smoker. Again, only cookable food items will work inside of the smoker. But the smoker isn't the only furnace upgrade in 1.14. This is the blast furnace. The blast furnace is basically an ore upgrade for the furnace. This is the crafting recipe, and this thing will smelt up your ores faster. The blast furnace can also smelt things down into ores as well. So let's say an iron pickaxe, for example. The cartography table is, of course, tied to the cartographer villager profession. This is how you craft it, 4 planks and 2 pieces of paper, and this table is all about map making, expansion, locking, that kind of cool stuff. Here's the UI, just like this, and let's say we crafted a map. You'll need to craft a map like normal. Then you can go into this table here and throw that map, and then maybe an extra piece of paper to expand it. If you don't want to expand your map, you can actually duplicate the map by throwing another blank map in the table. Finally, you can throw a glass pane in the bottom slot to lock the map. If you lock a map, it will never change. It'll always stay how it looks right now. I could go and blow up all of this stuff here, and if I locked this map, the map wouldn't change at all. Moving along, here is the composter. Composters can compost food items, or basically all of these things, down into bone meal. This is how you craft the composter. The composter is tied to the farmer villager profession. Basically, you can turn your excess wheat seeds or carrots or, again, any of these items into bone meal, but it won't be instant. It'll take quite a bit of seeds. Here we have the grindstone. The grindstone is tied to the weaponsmith villager profession. The grindstone is crafted with 1 stone slab, 2 sticks, and 2 planks of any kind, and can be used to repair items or remove enchantments from items. So if we have our wooden sword and we wanted to repair it, we would combine it with another wooden sword, and boom, we have a brand new, fixed up, perfect wooden sword. Like I also mentioned, you can remove enchantments from items with this thing. If you throw an item with multiple enchantments inside of the grindstone, all enchantments will be removed. There is no way to transfer these enchantments to a book, though, so you better be sure that you want to remove the enchantments. With the grindstone comes the change of not being able to repair things in your inventory anymore. Next up, we have the wonderful lectern, and there's a little bit to this thing. The lectern is tied to the librarian villager profession. So here it is, right here, and we actually already have a book sitting on the lectern. That is what the lectern is for. Now, the lectern can actually output a little bit of a redstone signal, and that signal is tied to the page that you are on in a book, kind of like this here. So page 1 does not light up the lamp, and then page 2 does light the lamp up. Lecterns will hold whatever page you are on in a book. So let's say I leave the lectern on page 2. This lectern will always stay on page 2 until I physically change it. This is how you craft the lectern. Now, alongside the lectern, we also have some quality of life book changes. It is now much easier to edit a book. You can highlight things, copy and paste. It's just basically amazing. Here is the stone cutter, which sadly deals no damage when you stand on top of it. I really think it should. It's kind of dangerous looking. The stone cutter is tied to the stonemason villager profession. The stone cutter's functionality is really cool. This is the new way to craft block variants. And finally, as of 1.14, a single block can be turned into a single stair. That means stairs are no longer crazy expensive. The stone cutter is for pretty much all blocks except wood. Wood will not work inside of the stone cutter. But don't worry, you can still craft stairs in the crafting table, but they aren't any cheaper. It would be much smarter to use the stone cutter to craft stairs. The next 2 blocks have no functionality in the 1.14 update. This is the smithing table. It's tied to the smithing villager profession, and it is crafted like this. And this is the fletching table. It's tied to the fletcher villager profession, and it is crafted just like this. Now, I included the bell in all of those village blocks, but this is actually not a profession block. The bell controls villagers. When rung, any villagers outside near the bell will run inside. The bell is tied to town meeting points. There is no crafting recipe for the bell. You'll need to go and find it in the brand new 1.14 villages. This block is the jigsaw block. The jigsaw block is a block that you will never come across in survival Minecraft, or at least you shouldn't. This block is tied to structure spawning. The block basically makes it possible to spawn in structures that are made up of multiple smaller structures. To get this block, you will need to use the give command. The lantern is probably the most beautiful lighting source in Minecraft as of this new update. This is the lantern right here, or over there. It can be placed on a block or hung from a block, but sadly it cannot be placed on the side of a block, so you need something above the lantern for it to work. This is the crafting recipe for a single lantern. Scaffolding is really interesting. It is crafted like this, and it can be used to climb alongside structures. You can go up and down on it. Now, you can also place scaffolding up to 6 blocks out from a center block. That is done just like this. Once you get more than 6 blocks out from a support beam, so something that connects to the ground, all scaffolding will just fall down to the ground. So this block is affected by gravity, but also not at the same time. And when you break it, it breaks like that. That's really cool looking. 1.14 finally, finally, brings some sign variants to Minecraft. The old sign is renamed to the oak sign, and we now have a sign variant for each and every wood type. But actually, that's not all. With some dye, players can now color the text on each and every sign. You can re-dye the text as many times as you'd like, so don't worry about accidentally using the wrong color. Just go ahead and try things out and figure out exactly what you like. I think white text looks very nice on a dark oak sign. 1.14 also brings 16 brand new slab variants. These are all of the variants right here. My personal favorite slab variant has got to be either the stone, the mossy cobblestone, or the mossy stone brick slab variant. Oddly, there is no cracked stone brick slab. 1.14 also brings 14 new stair variants, including the absolutely horrendous diorite and polished diorite stair variant. I mean, come on, who would use these things? But that's not all. 1.14 also brings 12 new wall variants to Minecraft. These walls are going to be absolutely amazing for decorating and detailing builds. We have 6 new note block sound options. This is the iron xylophone sound. Here is some more cowbell. This is the hard to pronounce didgeridoo. The bit is probably my favorite new sound. Here's the banjo for you Old Town Road fans. And finally, the pling noise. These noises can be replicated by placing each respective block under the note block, exactly like I have going on here. Next, we're going to talk about 2 of the 3 Minecon 2018 fan vote features. Here's the campfire. The campfire is crafted with 3 logs, 3 sticks, and a coal or charcoal, and it can be used to cook up food items. You can place up to 4 food items on the campfire at a time. You do not need any fuel whatsoever to actually cook these things. You'll just need to be patient. You can actually unlight a campfire with some water. But of course, we don't want to unlight the campfire until our food is done cooking. When the food is done cooking, it will just kind of pop off. So there we go. No more campfire. To relight the fire, you'll need a flint and steel. Now that's actually not it. There is one more thing that the campfire can do. Notice how high the smoke is going right now. If we were to place a hay bale underneath the campfire, then the smoke will all of a sudden go much higher. So players can actually use campfires as a pretty decent signal beacon. The next Minecon fan vote feature is the sweet berry bush. These bushes can be found growing in the taiga biome. The bushes can be grown with bone meal and are harvested by right-clicking on the bush. You will then get some sweet berries. Berries will refill 1 hunger, and these bushes will actually deal damage to anything that is moving inside of it. So if I'm in the bush and I'm not moving, I'm cool, but as soon as I start moving, I'm taking damage. So these are 2 of the 3 taiga biome features. We'll see the third one in just a few minutes. Next is the crossbow. The crossbow is a brand new ranged weapon. It is crafted like this. The crossbow can shoot arrows and fireworks. To shoot fireworks out of your crossbow, they'll need to be in your offhand slot. You cannot propel your elytra with fireworks shot from a crossbow. One of the cool things about the crossbow is the fact that you can charge it up and then change inventory slots while keeping your crossbow charged. When you're ready to actually shoot something, switch back to your crossbow and fire. The crossbow also introduces 3 brand new enchantments. These enchantments are the multi-shot enchantment, which has 1 level, the quick charge enchantment, which has 3 levels, and the piercing enchantment, which has 4 levels. With multi-shot on your crossbow, you will see that it shoots 3 arrows instead of 1. With quick charge on your crossbow, the bow will charge up much faster. This is quick charge 3. And with piercing on your crossbow, you can actually shoot your arrows through more than 1 mob at a time. But if you want this to happen, you'll need the mobs to actually be pretty close to each other. You cannot put multi-shot and piercing on the same crossbow. You'll need to pick one enchantment or the other enchantment. This is a feature that Bedrock has had for quite some time, but Java Edition now has leather horse armor. Leather horse armor is crafted with 7 leather H formation and can be dyed just like leather armor can. The dyeing can be done in a crafting table and can be done an infinite amount of times. You can just keep adding color to it over and over again until you find exactly what you want. So, yep, there we go, dark purple. Then, of course, you can throw the armor on a horse and check it out. It's actually pretty cool looking, and I think dyed leather armor would be great for a themed castle build. The leather armor doesn't give the horse much armor, though, so just be careful. And our final item is the Suspicious Stew. The Suspicious Stew is pretty suspicious because you can't find it in the creative menu. You will need to use the give command to get it to yourself unless you are obtaining it in survival. You can craft the Suspicious Stew with a red mushroom, a brown mushroom, a bowl, and then a flower variant. Each and every Minecraft flower represents a different effect. For example, the poppy represents speed. So if we eat a Suspicious Stew that was made with a poppy, we will get speed just for a few seconds. The really cool fact about this, though, is the fact that the consumer has no clue what the effect will be. Suspicious Stews can be found in shipwreck loot chests. So, you remember the Minecon fan vote features? You know, the campfire and, of course, the sweet berry bush? Well, this is the 3rd feature. These are foxes. Foxes will spawn in taiga biomes. This red or orange fox will spawn in the normal taiga, and then the snowy fox will spawn in the snowy taiga biomes. Foxes can harvest sweet berry bushes, and definitely will do so. Foxes can also pick up items, which is something unlike any other mob in Minecraft. If we can throw the sword at one of these foxes that is awake, it should pick it up. Yeah. So the fox will kind of steal your thing, and to get it back, you'll need to give the fox some food. Now, foxes are nocturnal, so they will sleep during the daytime. Unless, of course, there is food to be hunted nearby. Foxes can actually jump right over fences and will do so to hunt animals. Foxes will hunt chickens, just like that. They'll completely clear the fence to kill the chickens. Foxes will hunt cod, salmon, and chickens. Wolves will aggro to foxes just like how they do with sheep. The jumping is seriously so cool. Yes, the great and somewhat disturbing looking brown mushroom. Minecraft 1.14 finally adds brown mushrooms into Minecraft. These are by far the rarest variant of the cow mob. A brown mushroom will be created when a red mushroom is struck by lightning. There is also a 1 in 1024 chance that a brown mushroom will be born when 2 red mushrooms are bred. Brown mushrooms can be fed flowers and then milked for suspicious stews. Next up, the cat, or should I say cats. 1.14 brings 11 cat variants to Minecraft. You can see all of the variant names on screen right now. Cats will spawn in villages and can be tamed with raw cod. If you decide to go crazy and kill a cat, you'll only get some string, so it's really not worth it. Phantoms hate cats. If you tame a cat and leave it in its walking mode, so this is like the sitting mode, you know, in the morning after you sleep, the cat has the chance to bring you one of these little gift items. Cats will attempt to sit on beds and chests. If there is a cat sitting on a chest, you will not be able to open the chest. Pandas were added into Minecraft 1.14 late last year, and man, that feels like forever ago at this point. Pandas will spawn in bamboo jungles. Pandas like to eat. If you throw a panda some cake, it will sit down and eat that item. That is the same for bamboo. Pandas can be bred with bamboo when there is at least 8 bamboo plants around. So this would fit the breeding requirements for the panda. Pandas have personalities as well. The different personalities are lazy, worried, playful, weak, aggressive, brown, and normal. I won't be going into each and every personality in this video, so if you're looking for more info on these adorable creatures, check out my panda guide. It's in the 1.14 playlist. Next up, we have the Wandering Trader. This is a brand new type of villager. In here, we can see, well, 1, the brand new trade UI, but 2, the Wandering Trader's trades. The Wandering Trader has quite a bit of different trades, which are actually all laid out in my Wandering Trader guide video. Wandering Traders will always have 2 defense llamas. If spawned in your world naturally, the Wandering Trader will have its 2 llamas on some leads. Wandering Traders can spawn in your world after about 20 minutes and will hang around for a little while and then eventually despawn. If you manage to lock a Wandering Trader trade, it will be locked forever. Wandering Traders never refill their trades. These are Pillagers. Pillagers are very mean and nasty. This Pillager is actually a Pillager captain which was spawned in by chance. These creatures will aggro to iron golems, players, and villagers. If the player kills a captain Pillager, so the bannerhead dude, that player will get the bad omen effect. More on the bad omen effect in just a few minutes, though. In terms of the drops, Pillagers drop crossbows and arrows. Pillager captains will drop an ominous banner as well. Pillagers will spawn at outposts, in patrols, and in raids. And this evil thing is known as the Ravager. The Ravager is a friend of the Pillager. Ravagers will spawn in raid waves 2 and above. The Ravager only drops a saddle, which is a little weird in my opinion. Ravagers can and will break through a whole bunch of plant blocks. Now this update is known as the Village and Pillage update, but we haven't talked too much about villagers quite yet. Villagers received a total overhaul in this update. There's a whole lot of new stuff to know about the villagers. I won't be covering 100% of it, but I'll try and go over the big stuff. First off, the clothing. Villagers have brand new outfits that are dependent upon their biome. I'll go over those biomes in just a few moments. Villagers now require a workstation and a bed. At nighttime, villagers will sleep in their bed, and during the day, villagers will kind of hang around their workstation to work. Villagers can now refill their trades only up to 2 times a day, and to refill those trades, they'll need to have access to their workstation. As a quick refresher, the workstations were all of those new blocks that we went over near the beginning of the video. Villagers have a brand new trade UI that looks like this, and a leveling system. A novice villager is the lowest leveled villager, and a master villager is the highest leveled villager. There is also a supply and demand system within villages, so if some trades aren't being used, the prices might lower a little bit. Alongside all of these new looks, there are quite a bit of new trades as well. When trading with a villager, that villager will earn a little bit of XP. Once the bar fills up, the villager will level up and unlock new trades. If a villager is saved in a raid, that villager will give out free items related to its job after the raid. Villagers in the plains, the desert, the savanna, the taiga, snowy tundra, jungle, and swamp have brand new outfits. Again, there's a lot more to the villagers, but to prevent this video from getting too long, that's all we'll be going over. Next, we have some brand new villages, which I've actually shown off structure by structure a few months back at this point. If you can remember the biomes that I just listed off, those are the biomes that have the new villages. Other than the swamp biome and the jungle biome, there are no new villages in those biomes. But basically, each and every structure has been completely redone and improved. The new villages are super nice looking in my opinion, and if you're interested in each village structure, then you should probably check out my structure showcase videos. So again, that 1.14 playlist. You should be able to find those videos in there. There are also brand new and improved zombie villages. These are empty abandoned villages that have worn down structures. Picture lots of mossy cobblestone and lots of cobwebs. Minecraft 1.14 introduces the bamboo jungle biome. This is what a bamboo jungle will look like. Basically, a jungle with less trees and a whole lot more bamboo. This biome is the home to the panda. The final new structure in the 1.14 update is this thing right in front of me. This is a pillager outpost. Outposts can spawn in each and every biome that a village can. Pillagers and pillager captains will spawn at these outposts, so be very, very careful. If you manage to get inside of an outpost, you'll find a typically empty floor 1, typically empty floor 2, you can guess floor 3, and then finally floor 4, which actually has a loot chest with some randomized loot inside of it. But seriously, be careful. These things are not easy to take on. Next, we have to talk about raids. Raids are another feature that is pretty big and could use its own video. We'll only be going over them briefly. Basically, you get the Bad Omen effect from a pillager captain and head into a village. Again, a pillager captain is the pillager with a banner on its head. Then basically a defend the village minigame begins. Depending on your difficulty, you'll have a few different raid waves. Easy difficulty has 3 waves. Normal has 5 waves, and hard has 7 waves. Pillagers, Vindicators, Ravagers, Witches, and even Evokers can be members of the raiding party. There is a raid bar along the top of the screen to show how many raiders are remaining. Oh no, there he is. Okay, awesome. During a raid, villagers will freak out, sweat, and run around everywhere. They're meant to run inside, but sometimes they decide that outdoors is safer for some reason. If you think about it, raids make the Totem of Undying actually farmable. Shortly after defeating a raid, the player will receive the Hero of the Village effect. Oh, and yeah, the villagers throw a celebration. It's kind of cool. This Hero of the Village effect will grant great discounts to the hero. Villagers will also throw free items at the player from time to time. The items that each villager throws will be related to its profession. For example, farmers throw food items. Raids are definitely another feature that could use its own explanation video, but that's the gist of it. I hope that'll do for now. So, in terms of big new features, that's actually it, but we do have a few more small changes that are just, in general, a good thing. We're going to go over those real quick right now, starting with this. White carpet and clear glass panes can now actually be dyed. However, you can only dye clear glass panes and white carpet. Chorus flowers can now be harvested via arrow. This is an amazing one, but a dispenser with some shears inside of it can actually shear a sheep. Say hello to fully automatic wool farms. Redstone dust can now be placed on top of glass. When decaying, leaves have the chance to drop 0 to 2 sticks. The nether brick fence recipe has been changed to this. This is because of the addition of the nether brick wall. The stone slab has been renamed to the smooth stone slab and is crafted just like this. The smooth variants of quartz, red sandstone, sandstone, and stone can be crafted by smelting their respective block in the furnace. So quartz is a block of quartz, smooth red sandstone would be red sandstone, and so on. TNT now has a 100% drop rate for the blocks it destroys. That means if you blow something up with TNT, all blocks will be dropped. Dead bushes can now be used as furnace fuel. Vines can now be climbed even if there is no block behind the vine. All dyes have been renamed to have dye in their name. Iron golem spawning has been changed. The spawning of the golems is now tied to villager gossip amount. Iron golems will now also spawn in villages upon generation. Ocelots can no longer be tamed as there is a separate cat mob in the game. The movement mechanics have been changed. This is a really big one. Players can now crouch into a 1.5 block area and can even crawl. We are lacking a proper crawling animation, however, this is huge. This is really, really big, and if you've seen my recent videos, you know I'm excited about this one. And finally, a few more things that are just kind of difficult to show but are listed on screen here. But believe it or not, that's actually about it for the 1.14 update. I know, a long video, a lot of features, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you feel more informed. If you are either A, still here, or B, enjoyed the video, please help me out by dropping a like on the video. There is a world download link in the description if you haven't noticed yet, so feel free to hop into the world and check out some of this stuff yourself. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you haven't yet to stay up to date with what's happening in Minecraft, and of course, to catch my 1.14 Let's Play as soon as it comes out. There will be a Bedrock 1.11 video very soon. And I'd like to send a shout out to my friends over at CubeToast. If you love what I do, consider becoming a channel member or a patron today. That kind of stuff really helps me out and helps me keep doing what I'm doing. And I'd like to send a shout out to my friends over at CubeToast. If you're looking to start a server, use code Waddles with CubeToast for 25% off your first month. But that's enough of an outro for today. My name is Waddles, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Go have a good day, and have fun with the update, everybody. Goodbye.